Hey there, it's the Camel again, and welcome back to another episode of Camel Kingdom. And today, we are going to continue on the Mainstreet. And first of all, thanks for all your input. I just asked last episode how we gonna go and proceed with the series, and I think I decided, according to your comments, that we will go with the full footage of the entire Mainstreet. So that means that we will have at least one episode more after this one. I'm pretty sure that might be two, but since you all want to have the full footage, I think we are going to go with 2 episodes, because I think after this one we will still need 2. But maybe I'll get it done in one long episode. So I would prefer to have one long episode, but since I'm going to Berlin again next week, I'm not too sure when I'm going to get this, so I don't want to bother you too long with the Mainstreet. So yeah, basically that's the idea. But today we are looking at some old footage, which is not that old, but it's I think about 1 week old or so. And then in the second part of this video we are going to look at some really new footage, which I actually recorded yesterday evening in a live stream. No, it's not true. It was on Monday, so it's like 2 days ago. But anyways, in case you don't know, and in case you're new to this channel or whatever, every Monday I tend to stream on Twitch, and it's basically most of the times it's Camel Kingdom, and we just do it around, let's say, 19 to 22 in Central European time. So it would be, let's say, in English speaking, it would be 7 to 10 p.m. In Central European time, I'd say. So yeah, anyways, that's just for your information. But now let's go into what I'm actually building. So we continue to make this Mainstreet look really Mainstreetish, in a way that we go in with some classical buildings, pretty much colorful bricks, or maybe just starting to talk of colors. I might just want to explain something. I've been asked while posting a few pictures to Reddit or so. A few comments mentioned that the entire Mainstreet, which you will see at the end of this episode and also in the thumbnail you might have seen already, it's kind of really washed out and really white kind of tint in it, and I used a lot of white pieces to get the look. This is not because I just want to make it washed out and white. It's basically a kind of it's the art of working, for at least for me, because I think I do like it to build the bigger picture first and then go into with details later on. And this is also a reason why I like to go in with, first of all, some general stuff and some general white layouts, and then in the end I can put in some more colors. So for example, if you just go ahead and build one building really colorful, really detailed, and then in the end you do have a Mainstreet that doesn't fit to each other, because you just began, let's say, 3 weeks ago with the Mainstreet and began really colorful with red and really strong colors, and then in the meantime you decided to go with some actual less colorful colors in general. You're going to get into problems with the overall look and feel from the entire build, because it's it's not something you're going to build on one evening. It's a project for a few days, or maybe even a few weeks in my case, and so it's pretty much way more easy to get in with really normal colors and really less colorful colors at the beginning, and then in the end I'll go back to the buildings and bring in the amount of color it needs to make the entire layout stand out in the way I do like it as a whole picture. So that's the reason why it's a little bit washed out at the moment. I also built these buildings in a way I can easily access the brick walls from behind, so this is also the reason why I didn't close them up yet. This is basically, I always try to work in a way that I do have modules, and so I can easily go into the building and select the pieces to color them in one go. And sometimes I do have some struggle in the game with selecting pieces, and sometimes there isn't anything you can do about it, because it's just about the hitbox of the piece itself. But there are a few ways to get over this, while you can build in some modules. For example, with my Stadius, I'm always going to do this. I'm separating legs, arms and the entire body from each other, so I can easily move them around before I then in the end to make a blueprint put them together in one building, for example, or just leave them as separated buildings, so you can easily copy them around and change the shape of it. It's also other people, for example SP Ridley, they do it all the time and the output is just amazing. So it's something you may want to look into to be a little bit more effective in building, and if there is kind of the demand for it, I'm going to do another tutorial on effective building, I guess, or I should say on efficient building, to be honest, because effective would make no sense out there. But anyway, I think you get what I'm talking about. But back to this Mainstreet. We actually finished nearly half of the first building, so no, we actually finished the entire first building, and I just put in some walls into this Mainstreet to separate now this building from another one, because I just want to get in a little bit of an open space over here, just to give the entire Mainstreet a little bit more open and widespread, and you know, just not that really narrow kind of feel, because you do very often have like this little bit of a wide plaza at the beginning of a Mainstreet, which we do not have in this case, because we do have this entrance building and then just yeah, kind of the other buildings right and left next to each other. So it's a little bit of a narrow area at the beginning, and I just don't want to have that narrow feeling for the entire Mainstreet, so I just wanted to have this open space just after entering the park. And yeah, this was kind of the idea about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it about the first part of this video. And now heading into the second part, which is footage from the live stream, as I said. And here's something to talk about. So first of all, the footage should be the first footage you see. Is it? I don't know. No. It should have been our coaster, I guess, but it's I finally do have a monitor which is capable of really 1080p, so I also changed my streaming setups from from XSplit to sorry, I just forgot which program I used before, but from XSplit to Open Broadcast software, so OBS, and yeah, since it's less CPU intensive, I can just now record in 1080p and also stream at the same time. And plus this fact, I also got a new internet connection from my internet provider, so now I got 10 megabytes of uplink, which is crazy compared to the 1.5 I had before, so that should make the entire thing a little bit better as well. So yeah, just good preparation, I think, for further live streams and further recordings of this build, and also from my other projects I do have at the moment. So I don't want to talk the entire video because it's already late at night, and I just don't want to bother too much of my neighbors and my girlfriend and stuff like that. So I'm just quickly going to explain what's happening next, and then you'll get left with the music in the rest of this video, which is a little bit more than 10 minutes. So yeah, we are now going to make another really standout building, which is one yeah, really Mainstreetish building in the way that I really took inspiration from Mainstreet building from the Disneyland Paris Mainstreet I do have photos of, and I also do pretty much remember from real life. So I think it's even called the Emporium on the Mainstreet, but yeah, I just wanted to make a building a little bit like that, with an interesting entrance area and also with this little detail in front of it. And while building this, you can pretty much see how I do my buildings. So I kind of plan them in the way that I use the grid pieces, as I use this these normal 4-meter height walls over here to get these little modules, as you can see here. And every now and then I'm going into the build and just try around how this looks in the final result. And before going into that, and this is maybe I'm just waiting for it to show you, I'm going to build a little bit of a yeah, custom-made pillar over here, because I just didn't want to use a pre-made pillar. I just wanted to make my own one with some fancy details in, because I thought, like, because it does have a little bit of a nice overhanging part at the front of the building. I need some nice pillars to support it, and those pillars I just didn't want to make out of pre-made stuff. I just wanted to make my own with some yeah, just details on the sides of it, and just to make it, yeah, just look a little bit more fancy than it normally would be. That's pretty much it about this one. And yeah, as you can see, I just messed up for a second with the little pillar I put inside to make this one lying on the grid, and later on I just want to make to move it freely. So that's the reason why I just needed to get out of this grid restrictions. And so you can see now what I'm doing over here. I'm just generally layouting the building with those modules, and just when I'm going into making this wall now a little bit off-grid, I just can remove the wall in the background, which is actually working on the grid, and then perfectly fit this little wall piece in, because it has the perfect size. And if you just work without the help of the grid piece, it's pretty easy that you can lose track of the entire build, because you will mess up with the dimensions and with the parallel lines. And so it's always handy to use the grid at the first step, and then later on just delete the grid pieces and on the free layout, and just see magic happen. But yeah, that should be it from my explanation. You can pretty much see what I'm going to do at the end of this video, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see each other in the next episode of I don't know which video will come out next, but we will see each other in one of the next videos on my channel. So have a nice day, guys, and see you then. Bye bye.
No me digas que no. ¿Cómo quieres que te quiera si he perdido la cabeza y recupero la razón cuando me besa? ¿Cómo quieres que te quiera si me siento una muñeca que manejan a su antojo y no se queja? Ay, qué paciencia, ay, qué paciencia, ay, qué paciencia la mía. No me digas que no, ya no me creo tus mentiras. No me digas que no. lo que sientes y lamentas, y cuando hay que dar la cara tú te ausentas. Ay, qué paciencia, ay, qué paciencia, ay, qué paciencia la mía. No me digas que no, ya no me creo tus mentiras. No me digas que no.